Like you and I worked together on the day when the band was there. And you saw the inadequacies only because of technology, and maybe another having one more camera that would have covered it when you weren't on that. But you saw that I had a technological fix about everything that was going on that day, and that I had you in the right spots most of the time. In that instance, as soon as I knew that the bulls were on to him, I knew they were on to me too. So consequently, remaining stationary for me seemed to be the right thing to do. I'll draw all of their heat, which gives him the freedom because he's got the credit card, he's got the press credentials, he's got the right to be there. So now I have 3 cops watching me from 3 different angles in the room. So every time he swings, they're like, it's like pelicans, man. They're all like, which is quite comical to guys like Dana Beal and a few others who are in the audience, and they can see this little. This was the Meese hearings when Deacon Cini said, "I have reservations," but voted anyway and gave us Meese.
Yeah.
Deacon Cini's one of them Arizona Democrats.
Right. Bicycle couriers were going all over D.C. putting up posters saying, Meese is a pig. Meese is a pig. And a bicycle courier with long hair went into the Justice Building with a T-shirt on that said, Meese is a pig, saying a message for the Justice Department. And they had to let him in. He was there on business. But they didn't let him in. They broke their own law and kept him out. And all of a sudden, the courts got really upset and said, wait a minute. This is not a valid arrest. You can't do this. Throw somebody in jail just because they're wearing a T-shirt with a message you don't agree. Because there is no dress code for couriers. There's no dress code for camera operators either. You know? And the men and women in their dress real sloppy and blue jeans and T-shirts, you know, and their armpits smell.
You know how long the guy was in jail?
Not long. The courts didn't like it. You know, they threw it out of court right away. But they tried.
And of course, what happened was an even better poster came out which said, "Experts agree."
Right.
Meese is a pig. Which reminds me, Michael, if you can do a slow pan all the way around the room, you can go right up to the roof there on the mirror, and you'll see what I did with that Meese is a pig. They said, experts agree Meese is a pig was the poster
saying of the day.
And I made a chant up on the Harrisburg. Yeah. Where's Harrisburg? I got Harrisburg here in the camera. On the Harrisburg steps. I made this. I had to make a chant, you know, like all of a sudden there you are. I said, a political rally. How can you have a political rally without a chant? Right? So I said, agree. Meese is a pig. Thornburg's a dick. Vote Democrat November 5th. And it sounded so good. I did it 3 times, and that's what went out.
Public address system. Huh?
And there was our bumper sticker. Never mentioned Wofford's name, you see? And it was all over the state real fast. I had students running on buses when they went home, in their cars. One couple went home and they had to come right back, and they went with my lime green bumper sticker there for Wofford that's on the table, the lime green one. Within 10 hours of that, every exit on the Pennsylvania Turnpike on the way from State College to Philadelphia was blistered, 10, 15 of them. Phone booths this way, you know, bathrooms, mirrors, tastefully done, not plastic done, you know, just like for a concert, but done where people would have to be a Thornburg person to take them down or say, Pennsylvania students for Wofford, wow. Nice shot, you know, like lime green. Doesn't even look like voting, you know what I mean? It's just like, wow. And within 20 hours, they'd come back the other way and done all the rest of them on the other side of the turnpike. And we were getting calls from people in Erie, from Altoona, from Harrisburg, from Carlisle. I sent them up to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. Within 25, 30 hours of the ink being dry on them, that little green bumper sticker was
beautiful.
How was the effect since the last time we were there 2 months ago?
Oh, you have to ask when Amanda and the students are going to be here. You just have to. You know them. You'll see them. They're waiting. They can't. Some of them can't wait to see you.
What?
Well, because you're a big hit on campus.
I was a big hit on
Yeah, BMOC, big man on campus.
We covered your ass one year with 400 people, and this year we had a whole day. A whole day. 600 people at the end jamming. You got it on tape, so. Now we've helped elect a liberal from the 60s. You know, he wasn't allowed.
I'm real proud of
The
that.
Kennedys didn't even allow him in the White House.
Who offered?
Yeah, he's too liberal.
How do you get to be appointed to the governor's man for?
Sheridan Shriver, he helped start the Peace Corps. But I mean, basically, he was too liberal for either Bobby or Jack. Huh?
Who's the governor?
Of where?
Pennsylvania.
Casey, Bob Casey.
Okay, well, who's Sergeant? What are you putting in
The
Sergeant?
Peace Corps.
I remember that, but what is it?
Well, I mean,
Well, I
that
didn't
was
know where
his
this-
assignment. He wasn't in the administration. He went over and worked on the Peace Corps.
Are you talking about Wofford?
Yeah. But I mean, we helped elect a 60s liberal
Well, I'll tell you, the most important lesson today.
when the 6 turns out to be
I
a
will
9.
repeat to you the most
the
important
90s.
lesson that I've learned today. I've learned it over and over again, and it still amazes me. That those two men downstairs, Senator McGovern, stick with it for a second. Senator McGovern and Mr. McCluskey did not know a single word of the hemp information.
Yeah.
Neither one of them. And this is the whole fucking reason we're still.
No swearing in here. Come on. They don't like to have to go "Beep" all the time.
Okay.
When I walked out the door of my
You
car,
have to
one
start
day, I
talking
saw
to
2 or 3
junior high
guys
school
at a
kids
table
instead
that
of
said,
truck drivers.
"Victory," with a big banner over it. And, you know, I knew the campaign had come to town. You did a good job of covering the campuses. And they understand what you're talking about. You know, I know it's difficult to get the politicians to understand.
But
What the message is.
the message is coming. A lot of kids are getting to know. And now the question is not just get them to know, but to thoroughly educate them. Thoroughly educate them. You've got to get the information into their brain to where they can go out. We've got about 1 million